Hey, good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, YouTube. What is going on? So today I got a video on crossing the Delaware Quarter. So why have I dumped so much attention into this quarter? Well, first of all, let me give a quick background on myself. I was born in on the bicentennial year, 1976. That makes me 46 years old. This is probably the crappiest example I have. I have a roll of these. Um, But it's pretty well known that a lot of people back then and even afterwards put this particular quarter aside in their collection or in their drawer or whatever in their little coin jar that they didn't bring to the bank because they felt that this actual quarter was collectible, and it kind of is in perfect condition, but they made lots of them. So, anyways, this is a quarter I grew up saying, yeah, that's my year. And then these are the quarters, not the bicentennial ones, but these are the type of quarters I used when I played arcade games as a kid. As young as 5 years old, my grandfather used to bring me to the bar, and I'd play Galaga. He'd give me like $2 worth of quarters. He'd drink his Jack Daniels, order me some wings, and I'd have a blast, and he'd have a blast as well because he was probably watching the Cubs game or the White Sox or whatever game that was on that he was betting on. That was before DraftKings and all that stuff, guys. And that's when you could bring a kid to a bar as well. So wasn't too far from here in Illinois. But anyways, so when this quarter came out in 2021, when I just saw it in my pocket change, I was just like, man, like this thing's pretty cool. Like it actually looks like a quarter. It doesn't look like these. So we've had the state quarters and the ATB or whatever that stands for, the parks, and then obviously we got these new quarters that came out. I call them the big heads because that's one big old head in Washington. It's a cool portrait. It just looks like a medal to me. Just not used to it. I think the reverses are cool with the ladies on it. But anyways, this video is not about this. It's about the Crossing Delaware Quarter and why I think you should collect it. So, couple things. I really started to get back in the hobby in like 2020, mainly for silver and stuff. I was interested in parking my money and silver stacking and all that. So I started watching YouTube and whatnot. But anyways, when this quarter came out, I was like, man, this thing's pretty cool. I had no idea like how many they made. I had no idea how many actual quarters were produced. Things are kind of vague in 2021. Hold on a second. Let me turn off my fan light. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they probably made the most of this quarter ever. So I did look this up, and guys, I might be completely wrong. I'm going to show these quarters as I speak, but they where did I find this on Numista? They said they made 681.6 million. So over $500 million of these quarters made of the Philadelphia Mint, and the Denver Mint they made even more, close to 800 million. So 791 million, 0.4 million of the Denver Mint, and that's what these look like. So that's a lot. Like seriously, that's a ton of quarters. And you're probably wondering, like, dude, why do you have slab quarters? Well, I'm like, seriously, I'm not the one to collect modern. This is, modern's not my gig at all. Like, I'm not looking at mint sets. Here's a nice roll I've put together myself just through pocket change. And then these are just ones I've picked up in the last 60 days. I'm starting to see them in circulation again. Funny, right? When people run out of money, they start bringing their change back to the bank. So, yeah, the economy is not that great when you start seeing these in circulation again. Sorry that I laugh, but it's just, I can only go off of what I see locally. But anyways, where was I getting at? So I decided on the 4th of July, so Independence. I was feeling very patriotic, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a bunch of slabs. And I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, to see how inexpensive these were. So I know a lot of you guys and gals like this quarter. You like the look of it. You like the design. I think they did a wonderful job. It's great looking design. First of all, it's the first quarter since 1998, since we've seen like a normal looking quarter. And when I mean normal looking quarter, like anyone that's over the age of I guess 23, 24, right? Because 23 was 1999. They're used to seeing their quarters like this. And the state quarters and the national parks quarters, they did a great job. I mean, it really put more younger numismatists into the hobby, and it worked, right? So it got like younger people involved. So those people got started, and the mint's job was to get a younger generation interested in our hobby, which I think it's kind of worked, but maybe not. It's not as many as they expected. But anyways, what am I getting at? So I really bought a lot of graded ones. You're probably like, dude, what is wrong with you? Why would you spend all that money? I didn't spend that much because nobody cared about these. Seriously. Like this friend right here, I paid $6, all my Mint State 64s. And then like I bought the rest of them from the same seller for $9. And I'm like, how can you go wrong? Like, guys, it costs at least $20 with shipping and everything just to send a quarter in to get graded at PCGS. The other thing I was looking at too is the actual numbers, right? So this is the part that I didn't understand until I really looked into the numbers. But PCGS Mint State 67, which is this guy here. So Mint State 67, and guys, I'm not gonna like go into details on the quarters. Like I seriously can barely tell the difference between a 67 and a 66. It's so minute, but that's not the point. The point is that a Mint State 67, they only made, well, they've so far they've only graded 149 of the Denver mints out of 800. So there's not a ton that have been sent in to graded. Like 841 total coins have been sent in to get graded, and there's 149 of these in existence until dealers and people send in more. But that's kind of a crazy, wacky number. Like there's 791 million of these coins made. So there's a ton like sitting in rolls that are probably just as nice as this, but no one's willing to take these quarters and send them in to get graded because, like, dude, who wants to spend $20 and let's say you get a bunch of Mint State 64s, you've lost money, right? So anyways, this particular quarter in a Mint State 67, I forgot what I picked it up for, but they sell for about, what is it? Anywhere from $70 to $125 is the current ask. I got in cheap. Like I got in July 4th for $28. I bought 8 of these. So out of the 149 graded, I own 8. So then I started looking at the Mint State 68. And this is what really got me to buy the slabs. So I don't have any PCGS Mint State 68s. I did pick up the NGC, who does that, and they do a really cool cover. Sorry, I've got my guardhouse protectors on here. That's plastic stuff, so my slabs don't get scratched. But anyways, so Mint State 68 PCGS, the ask is $450 to $600. There's only 2 listed, and here's why. Of the Denver Mint, there's only 22 Mint State 68s from PCGS, whereas NGC, there's 266 of these. So when you're looking at the values, besides the fact that PCGS is a little more popular because people serious collectors tend to put together registry sets, a Mint State 67 PCGS is worth the same. Actually, it's worth more than a Mint State 68 NGC because there's 266 of these that have been graded or that have graded this high, but there's only 149 of these. And then, if you want to get in that first day issue crap, I've got one of those too. So I grabbed one of these because it's first day of issue. And from my looking back at first day of issue stuff from Silver Eagles, not the common date ones, but the little bit older ones, those tend to get a little higher premium because there's only so many of these labels if you're buying a label. So, and I was looking for information. A lot of times you can't find the info. And you talk to dealers, like, they don't care about these quarters. They're just like, dude, like, I've got some in my car, like, why are you asking me about this stupid quarter? But again, collect what you guys like. I enjoy the look of it. But this is what the newest red book tells us. So, yeah, there's like zero info. Mint State 63, which none of them been graded at, is worth 75 cents, and a Mint State 65 is worth $1. Really? Good job, Red Book. You did a lot of research. Interesting, though. The designers are John Flanagan. Like, dude, what did you design? I hope you designed the reverse because the obverse has been the same design forever. But then there's this dude, Benjamin Sowards. Like, did you guys do that on purpose? Okay. So, like, there's Washington with his Soward sticking out over the Delaware, crossing the Delaware. So, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. I really, really like the silver, the ones that come in the silver set, although I think that silver proof set for $105 is a total ripoff for what they're asking. But I've sold all mine. So, I didn't sell them for profit either. I think you could still get them. And then another YouTuber mentioned there was some kind of sale if you do something with the US Mint where they were selling it for like $68. I tried to get the coupon code because I think that's a stellar deal, but I could not. So anyways, I recommend, if not just with this, but if you guys like actual modern stuff and you like it enough where you enjoy the design, might as well buy a slab. Buy them now while they're cheap. If you guys wait till next year, this is what's going to happen. These quarters, and there's going to be a lot of them. They're all going to get, circulated through circulate. And I've noticed too, like when I was grabbing these last year, they were like brand new out of the roll. Like, wherever restaurant or something I went to, Jimmy John's, whatever, if you're grabbing a sandwich or something, like they give you these quarters back, like brand spanking new, like fresh out of the roll. Well, now I'm noticing this past couple months, they're not as nice. Like they're totally getting worn. So, like look at that. It's not even a year old. Like this thing's been used and abused. So, but I have noticed though that they're actually back in circulation, meaning people are actually, again, it's sad, people don't have money. They look for their change and they spend their change and use it to buy stuff. So anyways, I went off. I have all my stuff listed on eBay. I don't have like stuff like this listed because this is just like what I do on my own. I don't know why, but once I fill a roll, then I start setting these big heads aside because you never know when you'll have an error. But their sales are decent on eBay. I don't see these in dealers' cases. I don't think any local coin shops are stocking these because there's like, they'd rather just, people come in there for bullion and other stuff. They're not coming in for this kind of stuff, but I like to spread it out there on eBay. So I've been buying some, and I actually just picked up a bunch of NGC Mint State 67s, both P Mint and D Mint, D for Denver, P for Philadelphia. Got them cheap, like $14.50 because I bought the guy's like last 8. And it was funny too because he just bought this particular slab from me for $20, or I had a list for 25, get it for 19, and he paid for shipping. So I'm like, all right, dude, you gonna buy a coin for me? I bought all his Mint State 67 NGCs because all I have is the Mint State 68s, and all I have is the P Mint. So anyways, that's my video today about Crossing the Delaware Quarter. Again, I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a cool design. I set them aside because I enjoy the design. I think the higher mint state stuff, as the coin becomes more popular, people will remember that it's gone. They're it's like one of those things that people set aside, so they're going to collect. And I have a feeling you'll eventually see like people that collected the rolls or whatever that are not in circulation, they're going to start submitting these. So you're going to start seeing the population count go up, or you might see the population count go up, but of lower grades. So like a mint state 64 PCGS will become less common because people are going to have stuff like this that they're submitting, and that's not even mint state, but you know what I mean, guys. Stuff that's been touched way more than just fresh out of the roll. And then there's errors and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into that. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. And I don't know what the next modern coin I'm going to enjoy, but so far these have kind of stuck in my brain. And you know me, I'm like way into like the older stuff like Morgan's, Peace Dollars, things like that. So I'll probably do a video on like my most favorite coins or designs, and then see what you guys, if you agree or disagree. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good rest of your day.